Okay guys and girls, we are back. This is epic.FIFTEEN and we are watching this round 1 game between uFrag and Devine eSports. Map number 2 then, it's going to be Mirage, and what looked like it's going to be a very close competitive game. Didn't really go that way by the time the second half started, as uFrag took a fairly convincing victory on the first map. But we're seeing 9th round underway. And it'll be interesting to see whether Devine's CT setup will get exposed again, or if they'll be able to start locking down a site and make this one interesting.
Yeah, certainly so, as we do have a result from the other group game in this group. The 4 teams making up Group B are uFrag, Devine, Choke Gaming and Napoleon Org. And Choke Gaming took their first game rather convincingly, 16-0, 16-0 up against Napoleon Org, 2-0. Not too sure what the maps were, but pretty comfortable for them. As looks like we are going to be heading on into the pistol round very shortly. Config has been loaded. Teams are buying up. We're good to go. We have Deadly there. We've actually got Devine putting a lot of emphasis on their nades in this pistol round here on their CT side. Now one player in mid start things off, that is Deadly. He is the guy with 2 flashbangs and a kit. He's going to be wanting to stay alive as long as he can, just because of that defuse kit. Going to have an underpass to A play with the bomb coming in through apartments. They're able to get 1. Deadly's there. He gets 2, 3 now. Spike is going to be coming around. Does see 1 player, but Gito takes him out, and now it's just the player with the bomb that is left standing. That is Bunny. He's going to get naded now. Now 70 HP. He'll get taken down, and that could be the start to a CT side that Devine are looking for.
Yeah, no doubt. That is a perfect way to go. Deadly with great work, and I thought it was maybe going to not work quite as well as it did there. It's one of the Devine players who gets picked off very early on. I think he might have been can't remember who it is, but Deadly did a great job there and managed to shut down that play that uFrag were working, and there is extra cover into the site as well. So I think they're going to try and improve it straight away because the action over. Looks like uFrag are looking to fire this one straight back as they take the advantage. And Bunny both get out of there and try and stay alive for a little while. They are protecting their back, but that is not where they're coming from.
Look at where Hype is right now. Wonder gonna need to watch his back. Not too sure the Hype's there and won't actually spot him. Gonna go through, but Hype is there. Hype is back, gets 1. Now it's down to Spike in the 1 versus 2. Doesn't have a smoke, can't get the kit. Gets 1 frag. He's gonna get blown away with this one. Oh, Bunny stays alive, but uFrag come back 1 round for them, tying things up. And Devine eSports, this now just puts them in a rut. It is their economy's broke right now. They're going to have to double eco at least. Based off of the fact they are having to double eco, I'm surprised we're not seeing them put a little bit more into this round here, like the odd P250 or 5.7. But hey ho, each to their own. They are up against the full buy round coming in. AKs, we got a FAMAS Galil and an MP7, as Princess is the first one to fall.
Now I'm just seeing a lot of confidence from uFrag as Bunny, who I've been on board with. Great work there. With Bunny helping out on the short push, but plenty of confidence from uFrag. They're stepping out, they're trying to make their picks, and they are not afraid to show themselves on these sites. As Bunny in a bit of a duel with one, he's taken down to about 30 HP and is grabbed in the end by Hype with his second frag of the round. uFrag take a 2-1 lead.
As Devine eSports, as I said, double eco, going to be having to go for 1 more here. uFrag going to probably be extending their lead now to 3 rounds to 1, and it's just about getting that economy going. If they can get a bomb plant here, then brilliant. They get an extra bit of cash for that full buy. They throw the smoke and the nade towards mid window. That's Spike down to 53 HP. They're not even going to challenge him here. Princess, however, will get challenged. Actually was rotating, got taken down from the A site, as Ash is going to pick up 1 with his MP7, looking for more here. Heading in towards the kitchen area. What can he do here? The answer is not a lot for the time being. They are just going to back away from this one. Hype picks up 1. Hype looking for a second, able to get that one on short. And now it is just Wonder, last man standing, USP in hand. He'll go down. 3 rounds to 1 now. Once again, they got the bomb down. More money.
Yeah, uFrag securing their financial future for several rounds to come, regardless of what happens here. Devine going for a full buy, got nothing left in the tank, any of them really, if this doesn't go in their favour. So uFrag going to be wanting to pick this one up if they can, and we're seeing 3 players go aggressive into A, challenging. They do have an AWP that they're dealing with, so they can't be quite as aggressive as maybe they have been in some of the earlier rounds. Hype gets one, Gito and Princess though firing back. Bunny with a frag coming out of apps. So frags traded from both teams, 3v3, Smoke's going down, Adam taken down, tried to run to the front of the box, and Spike was there to pick up 2, Wonder with the mop up, and I think a bit of a rookie error there from uFrag. They went round the front of the box where a player was waiting, maybe should have used the cover.
Yeah, it's also the fact that the smoke wasn't on point. They smoked outstairs, they tried smoking out jungle. It was kind of it was a mix of bad smoke and great position from Spike. The fact that he had that gap there allowed him to be in that position where he just got 2 frags from punishing uFrag for going too aggressive too early on, not realising that they screwed up their smoke. Kind of cost them a bit there with that round, as Kindedly is going to get the first one of this round. So comes in with another. Hype, however, with his AWP in hand, bots the barrel, knows exactly where Gito is right now. Gito does jump across, however. Picks up frag onto Zio. Ash drops Princess. We are 3 versus 2. Make that 2 versus 2. Ash very low on HP, and Hype can't really provide any support for his teammate.
Yeah, kind of bogged down in the apps. I know where he is, and he does get the shot on the second time of asking. Could have a chance on Spike as well. Misses the shot. Ash though is going to know where he is, and it's a bit of a cat and mouse thing. Spike still on 100 hit points. I don't know how he's managed it, but it's going to all come down to this. Ash gets some bullets on him, but Spike manages to tank through that, grabs an AWP in the process as well, and that could have gone pretty badly for Devine, but they hang on, and that's exactly what it was, hanging on.
Yeah, they're going to get another round for this as well, unless we see maybe a fast B play coming out from uFrag straight through apartments, which is kind of what we're going to be seeing. Looks like it's going to be a B split here on this Evo round, as they are going to be sending 2 players through. 2 players are going to get absolutely ruined in the mid area though. They're going to have to try and deal with Spike here. Zio does spot him, gets the flick, down to 4 HP, but it doesn't matter. He's got himself a FAMAS plus a bomb plant coming in from Hype, and the Kobe nade comes through. That is Zio down. It's all on Hype now. He'll go down, but they got the bomb plant. That's exactly what you want on your eco.
Yeah, and I like the play. I like the tactic, going fast, try and get your bomb plant, get your $800 in the bank, and that's exactly what they did. Kindedly maybe had a chance to stop 1 or 2 of the players that did manage to get through short. Good work from Gito, though, coming in from behind and grabbing a couple of them. All in all, Devine happy to pick up the round, uFrag happy to get the bomb plant. Both teams are going to feel that was fairly successful for them. Chance in the mid-area, Kindedly trying to spam through the smoke and managed to shoot in between 2 uFrag players by the looks of it. So he's going to fall out of there and decides not to get too aggressive, just going to make sure no one pushes past him. uFrag not going too aggressive into the A site. They have been quite prone to hop up the ramp, get in there, try and peek, but not going to go for that, trying to be a bit more patient this time in their build-up. Got Bunny walking through the apps. Kindedly dropped out the window and is now backing up in the B site. So they're only actually playing 1 full-on B player at the moment. Minute left to go on the clock. Spike just bedding down in the B site. Bunny up in the apps. So plenty of time for things to develop. And just have to see what play they want to make. Wonder grabs Adam though, and that waiting around maybe wasn't the best thing when you lose a player after all of it, and they've now got to try and work out which site they want to go to. Still very spread out across the map with 35 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and more importantly, they've left the bomb at the back of mid as well. Zio gets 1-for-1 trade there onto Princess. Get another one too, and we're now 3 versus 2, but still, the bomb is miles away. We're going to have Hype running all the way back up here. The A site we have under the control of Zio right now, but 10 seconds, it's not enough time. Right now, Devine, they just need to not show skin or pick up frags like that, but this is going to be the round going over to Devine through the fault of uFrag.
Yeah, it's been a couple of uFrag mistakes I think we've seen so far, and Devine are going to pick up another round.
Gito hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, there's not much more you can say about that.
Okay, like, he's not going to be complaining that they just got a free round. But that sums it up, just straight up. Okay. Gonna be kind of a very safe A defense here coming out from the Devine guys, as Kid Deadly does open things up with his frag from stairs onto Palace. Not from stairs, from jungle onto Palace, I should say. He is gonna give himself a little bit more room to actually come out here, and I like this, that he's put through the smoke. It's gonna be Princess and Wonder to get the frags, and the bomb gets dropped. Hype gonna be saving this one here. It is only the AWP, no armor on him either. Looking like he's scared that he'll get chased down here.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left on the clock to try and save that AWP against 5 players, so he's going to hang back. uFrag gonna be screwed for money whatever happens here. I'm sure it was a bit of a strange one, because they'd all gone for a buy apart from Adam, who was stuck on a pistol, and Gito grabs Hype, who decided he was going to try and get what he could out of it, drops that AWP, and they could scrub something together, going for some Tech 9s, but I think sensible play not to try and squeeze a full buy yet.
Yeah, certainly fair. As said, they could have really forced it if they really wanted to. They had the money for maybe AK armor, Galil armor, but obviously not nades, and you definitely want nades on Mirage. It's a map which is based a lot more around teamwork than cash. Yes, nades come into that cash play, but that's mainly the A site. The B site is one where you can just jump straight on him, get the entries. Whereas Mirage, you need the smokes, you need the flashbangs, you need the incendiaries for both sides when you decide to make a play. uFrag, they've got one frag already. Now looking to see what they can do off this, what they can capitalize from. We have Spike playing an unconventional angle. Playing pretty close here at bench rather than Van, waiting for the players to jump on out rather than challenging them as they do fall.
About a minute left to go on the clock, and again we're going for patient build-up. Princess evens things back up as Hype goes down. Time ticking away, and it looks like we're going to see a push into B now. Spike comes back to the window, and he sees 2 players drop, and there is a trade there. Spike and... Spike gets one before he's taken down. Plant is going to go down. 2 players coming into the kitchen here. That's Princess, who already gets one. Peeks the angle of the window, and that's Ash going down. Bunny, the bomb planter, on the site, getting caught from 3 angles, and manages to get a frag out of it. Make that 2. Kindedly with the AWP in a really awkward position there. You don't want to be that close quarters, and I think he knows it, trying just to bluff his way around this. And he's laid a couple of shots and he's down at 4 HP himself. And Bunny having to duck behind the boxes. Adam sticking out, and that should have been maybe a kill for Kindedly, but misses it. Got other things on his mind at the moment, and he does eventually go down. But good work from uFrag, quite patient. Frags got traded earlier on, and then they made their way into that bomb site, got the plant, and locked it down. Looking very solid.
Yeah, and this is the age-old situation where it doesn't matter how many rounds you win in a row, some of your players on that CT side are going to be broke. They've got enough, however, to squeeze out this buy round. It's the next one that they're going to need to worry about here. As uFrag probably are aware of this, which is why they're playing so passive. They don't want to show too much too early on and get caught out. Princess with the smoke on towards Palace.
See, Adam hasn't moved here. I think they are setting up for a delayed A push. It's just when they go that's going to be the question. Prince gets the first chance as Hype steps up with the AWP onto the ramp. Nice aggressive play, and Adam with the use of that Molotov is going to flush out the player on the CT steps potentially. That's Wonder, who does get one frag. Adam again, is he going to make the same mistake, or is he going to go behind? Isn't going to try and get that bomb plant yet. Go away for things to develop as Zio grabs Wonder. Gito firing back. Zio though gets Kindedly through the smoke, and there are players in that smoke. Adam gets taken down. Spike has pushed through, got himself to fireboxes, and great play from Spike down there on the site. Helps clean things up, and it is going to be 7-4, so those concerns about Devine's money, nothing to worry about just yet.
No, now it flips across to uFrag now, because in fact, are we in that situation where whoever loses this ecos? No. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Whoever loses this round, Eco's the next. We're at that tipping point, and if Devine lose this, then they give it up to more than likely 7-6, and that's pretty scary, considering their T side wasn't exactly brilliant. They just weren't all together on that cash map. If they take this one to 9-4, certainly leave them with a lot of room to improve going into that second half, but Kindedly going down to that HE to start things off really isn't brilliant. uFrag have complete mid control right now. Wonder, however, is going to try and peek this. Spots out one player, gets the pick. There is a player with a Tech 9, however, right underneath him. He thinks it's on short, but that is not the case. He'll be rotating around. He's picked up this AWP. Going into this one now, 4v4 with a minute left on the clock.
Looks like uFrag have decided that they're going to make their play onto A this time. They've had the chance to get to the site and get the bomb plant, but locking it down has been a little bit questionable. So that's going to be their play, and this could be nicely set up if they want to go for it. They're only going to have one player on the site, if anything, and they haven't even got that. So a good chance to get in there. They got to watch the players that are sort of spotting the site from distance though, and we're going to see some exchanges here straight off the bat. Adam spots one straight off there. That's Wonder, who is just showing his arm, and Adam's going to get that plant, but they've got to watch this player coming up CT steps, who Ash finds, and it could be going to uFrag. Adam peeks out, prime position there to duck in and out of the boxes, and Ash goes to try and push up CT steps. Adam finishes the job on Gito, and it's Spike now, last player against two. Timer ticking away. Spike down to about half HP. What can he pull off here? He's going to need something spectacular, or it could be a very good spot for uFrag to be in. That fake didn't fool anyone. Hype picks up that final frag, and it is now 7-5.
Yeah, there was honestly nothing Spike could do in that situation. If the player on site if Ash had got taken down, then we would have just seen the guy in Polish just peek straight away, and there was no way out for Spike there. They are now on towards this eco round, but we've seen uFrag win an eco round already this game. We could see Devine do the same. Orb shots go through from mid from Hype. Nothing connects into there. It is Wonder with the first pick. Hype now getting taken down 85, missing 2 shots. Zio is able to get the return onto Princess though. Zio and Adam are going to need to be careful. They are tagged, but it's not a considerable amount just yet.
Interesting little mid-exchange, and you could ask the question, if Hype had made that shot in the window, would this be a different complexion for the round? Well, possibly, but Zio gets the frag over on the A site instead, and that's going to open that up for them, and they are hitting this one en masse. Ready to pour into it. They've got players on the rotate, so it's all going to meet at the choke point. Kindedly and Gito with a frag each for Devine. Spike with one as well. Down to Hype. What can he do? He's got players all around him, and he is felled with 3 Devine players hunting him down. So that's made things interesting, and that's completely reversed any advantage. uFrag are back on eco.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, and Devine eSports showing us that on their eco round there. Really solid work from them. And I mean, if they hit double figures on this half, it will be perfect. Because right now, if uFrag don't get a bomb plant, then all of them are going to be, like, they're struggling to get a buy on every single member with full nades. So this is a pretty key round. Spike's going to get taken down there. Caught with a nade in his hand, and now Zio's found himself an AK-47. Going to be this site all in favor of uFrag right now. Hype and Bunny have taken a big hit, but it doesn't matter right now. We're having to wait for Devine to come in. Adam now forced into this position. Gito gets taken down on shot. Gives Adam the chance to go round through. Kindedly gets one. Wonder gets one as well. It's all on Kindedly. He misses the shot, and there it is. Eco after eco. And now Devine really aren't in a great place for this last round.
Yeah, they sure are, and Zio 4 frags that round, and the 1 or 2 of those were very effective, very, very useful for the team. From the back of the site, his AK game was strong, finding a couple of heads with the short burst, and that is exactly what was needed. We're thinking, okay, they're going to get that early pick, they're going to get a plant here, but they've piggybacked through and taken the whole round. Got a fast apps push coming in here. Bunny's already got the opening frag for Kindedly over the other site. Bunny taken down. Adams completely missed the player below him, and it is a frag for Gito before he's caught by the rest of the uFrag players, spilling out onto the site. Hype, great control with the AK. He's got one shot. He knows there's a second player there. Can he pick up the frag there? He's going to try. No, he's dropped out now. Going to throw that Molotov into Kitchen onto a low HP player who's already on 12, so he's not going to push that spike though, rotating in as Hype gets one on the site. Gito going to get the defuse as well by the looks of it, and that was hectic, but Devine come out on top again, hanging on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, they certainly did. Considering how bad their CT side was on Cash, they'll probably be happy with getting 9 rounds here on Mirage. It's the tougher CT side to play, and they've had a stronger performance. As we wait for a pause to come on in. uFrag though, we saw they had a pretty strong CT side. They're going to have to show us that here as well. Devine eSports have asked for the pause, so we're waiting for this one to resolve.
Yeah, again, it's going to be another one of those very tense pistol rounds, and the first 4 or 5 is probably going to shape the way that the rest of the game goes. If uFrag can show the kind of dominance they did on CT side, then they should be able to claw this advantage away from Devine and push forward. But we shall see. It's finally poised, and we could be seeing a very exciting deciding map here after all.
Yeah, I mean, that map is Overpass as well, and we've essentially gone from kind of like pretty standard CT to a bit of a tougher CT to then probably the second toughest CT there is right now in the map pool, and that is Overpass. Or as in like the more favoured CT side.
I think, yeah, it's quite rare to see map balances these days. I know everything does have a swing towards either CT or T side, but with the amount of time these maps have been going and the way that Counter-Strike just seems to develop as a whole, maps get played in different ways and they can swing one way or another. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how that goes and how the teams do make use of that advantage, because it is going to be quite profound, I think, going forward. And we might well be seeing a fast push here already, and Devine have slowed it up. They're going to be patient. A stack. And quite an interesting CT setup we got here from uFrag. They've all stacked the window. I'm not quite sure what they get out of that. If it's an A push, that's perfect. They could all barrel in there, but if it isn't, then it's not the easiest place to rotate out to be unless you all squeeze through that gap. uFrag, Ash and Adam with a frag apiece, so numbers favour them. But Devine have got themselves a nice spot on the site. Going to try and sort of dance around the boxes. Adam though has got a frag, Ash got one, Wonder last player left alive, and it's all fallen apart pretty quickly for Devine. I thought they were in a nice position, and then as we saw the pattern from the first map, they just got picked off one at a time.
This is still doable though. Okay, no, it's not. If Wonder had got that pick on CT, he could have maybe got the 2 guys in jungle after getting bomb plant in a safe position, but it just wasn't meant to be. And this suggests that we're set to see it all square up at 9-9 here after uFrag, if they win these next 2 rounds. But this has been a game of eco so far. We've seen teams win these ecos at unexpected moments, and Devine could certainly do that now with their Tech 9 and kind of armor buy. They have Spike and Princess with only Glocks.
So we're going to see an aggressive apps push, and we might well see that aggressive apps push into B. 4 on 2 if they go in hard and fast, but Hype grabs Gito, trying to do some damage, and that's the bomb down as well, so that's going to halt any potential push into B. Wonder has to go down and grab it. Going to be worried about one of the players sitting down there waiting for that to happen, thinking Hype might have still sat there, but that hasn't, so it could be a push into that B now. Shots being fired, but they've committed themselves here, Devine, making all that noise. Ash grabs Spike in the meantime as Deadly now hops in with some backup. Bunny with a frag on Princess, and Bunny again round by that tight angle. Hype mopping up at the back of sight, and it is another comfortable uFrag round.
Yeah, as expected, up against that eco round, Devine now on yet another eco because they haven't managed to get a bomb plant yet. And uFrag, they have this AWP. Hype going to need to play safe with that one. They want to ideally take that through to the next round. I want to get caught off guard with these P250s and Glocks. Again, it's going to be another quick A play coming out from Devine eSports. wanting to get this round over and done with. 2 players straight through, 1 onto Tetris. However, there is only 1 player on this site, now 2, with Adam coming up through stairs. Zio gets 1, Adam gets 2. Adam looking for another, but it will be Zio to find that one. Just Deadly left now, top of mid. Again, easy as you like.
Yeah, flawless victory there for uFrag. So this is the all-important then, the first buy versus buy, and with things finally poised at 9-all, this is going to be the difference maker. Are we going to see overpass, or is it going to be the end for Devine eSports? All comes down to this. Deadly, can he do something useful with this AWP? Goes into mid. Is there a chance at a pick? Yes, there is, but Hype is on form, and Hype's got 2 there from the window, and don't make that 3. Hopped out into mid, into the underpass, and grabs Princess as well. So that is top-notch AWP play from Hype, and even though we don't want to count our chickens too early, this should be round over as long as uFrag don't get too aggressive, don't try and push too much. Ash maybe getting himself into a bit of trouble there and steps through. I don't know how Wonder saw through the smoke, because I didn't, but manages to pick up a frag there on Ash. So it's not completely safe. This B site was looking fragile for a minute. Chance for a uFrag player to get picked off. That's Hype, I think, with the AWP, but steps away from the window. 45 seconds left to go.
Yeah, they've got 1 player down very low, and that is Hype. Wonder gets another frag in here, spots the player on short but gets taken down. Spike is going to pick up the frag, and now this is the A bomb site all to himself. The plant will in fact come in against the double up. All he has to do is tuck on in. He's going to go for the smoke. He's probably not aware he's up against this double up. Moved himself away from CT, just wants to challenge up against Bunny. Is going to go for it, sprays them. They're both so low, all 3 players so low right now. 8. Just a pistol fight right now. Spike, can he do it? Yes, he can. 10 rounds to 9 now. That was a crazy way to end out what you thought was a standard uFrag round with early picks.
Yeah, that was huge. Great play for Spike there on the site, and that is the way it can go sometimes. Once you get yourself bedded in there, it's quite awkward sometimes to unstick people from those difficult little spots. Back a bench is another example on B that just on this map alone, and great play from Spike there. Made use of the smokes, made use of the facilities on the site, and that certainly mixed things up a bit, and Devine take the lead. uFrag still got the money to buy again, but they were hoping to start to open up a bit of a lead and put this one in the bank, especially after that strong early start from Hype picking up 3 frags for the AWP. He's going to be quite angry about that, and we see straight away his after his hard work in the last round, he's taken down by Deadly. He loses that AWP battle in the mid area. Minute left to go on the clock. Adam taken down. He got leg shotted by the AWP, and Deadly's got his tail up. Ash though does grab Princess, so it is even 4-all with 45 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Gito going to be coming out there. Got punished by Zio, who was in dark. 3 versus 4. Devine looking for a way on towards this A site. You have 2 players in mid right now. They have control, but they can't really turn that into anything right now, because as soon as they step out on towards that A bomb site, you have Zio playing from CT. You have Adam in jungle. The other 2 players are over towards B. They have to make their move sooner rather than later. Only now they're starting to make their way in. Deadly has to deal with the guy in CT. One that gets taken down by Adam, who, as we said, has been previously tagged. They just peeked together there, uFrag. Good communication and good work coming from them. 10 rounds each, and Devine eSports on double eco. I believe it is indeed a double eco.
And it shows how quickly these things turn around, and sometimes the worst thing you can do after going on a little losing run is to win a round and then lose it straight back, because any bonus you had from losing rounds is wiped out again and reset as Zio gets the opening frag on Devine. Might be some interesting action from the apps area here, but Hype's there with the AWP backing up, helping his teammate out. Zio, who does get 1 frag before he's caught, and it is a very, very solid hold from uFrag. It just looks much more locked down, that A site, compared to when Devine were playing it.
Yeah, I mean, Devine were probably Oh no, they got their 9 rounds on that CT side, but again, it wasn't really anything special. They were just playing pretty standard. We saw some moments of magic here and there, like one that comes to mind is Spike pushing through the smoke to gain a better advantage. But right now, on this T side, they're going to go for a quick play, straight through apartments. They get the 1-for-1 trade drop in Ash, who isn't exactly fragging too well. Bottom fragging for his team right now. Bunny, however, is there, gets 1. Not able to get 3. One will go down for this extra bit of cash come the buy round. They could pick up an AWP, but it is now just all on Kindedly with Deagle in hand.
Stuck up in the apps here, might be able to pick one off. That's going to be his aim. But really difficult position to be. A nice shot. It's like a flashback to CS Source with the Deagle headshots. But it is going to be an easy defuse, 12-10. And Devine went fast. I thought it was going to be an eco bash. Did alright trading 1-for-1. But aside from that, it was a very comfortable hold. Bunny has done well there. Holds a nice angle just to the left of the window, which is tough to pick you off from when you're jumping out from there early on. So it's a nice spot and he's played it well.
Certainly so, as we actually have Hype going for the aggressive pick here. Gonna get it, is he gonna get it? Yes he is. Picks up that frag in apartments, but elsewhere on the map we saw Kindedly get an AWP trade. It's a Bunny. Ito though, pretty heavily tagged for the time being. We are in a position where Frank can certainly grab this one. Ash has this auto sniper on the B bomb site looking towards short. He's the only guy on that B bomb site for the time being. Kindedly trying to get rid of the guy in a window. We actually have Ash. No, it's Adam there. Meg to Kindedly trying to deal with that one. Has 2 angles to try and look at, but right now Ash is going to have friends on this bomb site. He's going to spray down, gets 1. There are 2 more players here, however. He hits footsteps, he gets taken down. That's the auto sniper gone. Spike trying to get the guy in window, going to follow it up with the Molotov. Going in. Adam going to have to duck and dive away from that one. Fight is on fire right now. 3v3, the retake is certainly possible.
Especially with Devine players trying to get in there, and uFrag go fast in. Princess taken down to 4 HP. Zio Adam with frags though. Kindedly, last player left alive, needs to try and protect that bomb. Zio going to sit on that defuse, and this is going to be tense. I think he might have it. Yes, he does. Good play against the AWP. That was the best plan. Just tuck him behind that wall, get on the defuse, make him chase you, and uFrag 13-10. I think that's 3 rounds on the bounce for them. And as we look at the money, Devine can scrape a buy together. In fact, they can put in a full buy, but if they don't win this round, they're in some serious trouble.
Yeah, they really are. They have to get some damage done here, Devine, and they're going to look to do that towards the B-bomb site, it seems. Gaining some mid-control. This is something that Devine have actually been good at, getting in towards this mid-area, but then again, uFrag haven't really put up much resistance. They've played it from connect, and they've allowed Devine to get into this position here. They're not really doing too much with it. They are, however, going to be going towards this B bomb site. We have Spike moving over there now. Princess in mid, Kindedly in mid. Wonder is the man on the B bomb site, looking to get the job done, looking to get the entry. Flashbang goes in. Going to be a bit of a B split here. 2 players mid, players apps.
Yeah, I think, as you're saying, it's one thing to have the mid control, but then you've got to do something with it as well. It's got to translate into something useful. As we see action, Wonder up in the apps, done some good damage to Bunny, but the second he steps out, you've got Ash there as well. So it's all going to be traded around on this B site. Everyone's blind. Bunny, though, steps out from the angle, picks up 2 frags there, 2 total. But again, another fairly solid hold on the B site from uFrag.
Yeah, definitely so. Devine eSports, they lost 1 player early on there who I assume was in kind of a lurking position. It didn't really hurt them too much, because once they tried getting onto the site where they really did falter. They have to force buy up this one, and that's a great way to start. Kindedly.
And good work with the opening AWP pick, taking down Hype. And looks like Kindedly's really had the advantage there, but Ash pushing aggressively, taking the AWP down from short. That's a sign of a confident team. Gito firing back, Adam with the auto sniper, trying to channel Get Right. as he grabs Princess as well. So 3v3 then, just over a minute left to go. And Gita could be in trouble from Adam, who uses the auto sniper to great effect again from the window and shutting down any access to mid. So it's all down to B now, which is where the two players are stacking up. Site currently open, but Adam is switching back there. He's got a rifle in hand now. Nice control. Couple of bullets, grabs Wonder, who's hopping around by the van, left himself exposed a bit there. Spike in a trade-off with Ash, had Adam coming in from behind if needed, but that is draw guaranteed. It is 15-10.
Yeah, so we're either going to see a 2-0 in favour of uFrag here, or an overtime, which I highly doubt is possible. uFrag, they are on a very strong buy here. They got an auto sniper, they got an AWP. Adam only has a CZ, but he has a lot of nades to back it up. There we go, finally gets an M4 on the floor for him. But Princess with that P90, we've seen it do some damage in the past. But right now it doesn't look like it will do too much. It's been a 1-for-1 so far. Now about holding this bomb site. Where are these guys going to go when we get into that post-plant spike? He's gonna, if he wants to cross over to bench, have to deal with Ash. He's not able to do so. 3v3 now, it's a 1-for-1 trade. Wonder gets taken down by Hype. It is all on Kindedly now, who is playing in apartments. We've seen him in this position before. Last time with a deagle, this time with an AK sprays, but he's gonna get taken down. And that's gonna be the 2-0 for uFrag. 16-7, I think, and 16-10. They're going to top their, well, they're going to be second in their group based on round win. Only second Choke Gaming, who have 32 rounds to 0.
Yeah, fairly dominant performance from Choke then, and good stuff from uFrag as well, who just proved on both maps that a superior CT setup was enough to bring them through this, probably the more organised of the two teams. But a good spirited effort from Devine, put in a couple of half-decent T-sided efforts, so again, props to them, and they'll be looking to try and get a win against Centurion, who got wiped out by Choke, who look like they're going to be the dominant team in that group. But uFrag Choke could be an interesting game as well, see how that all pans out. We'll be keeping an eye on the scores and keeping you updated. So next game is going to be round about 1 o'clock, so not too far away.
It's going to be 27-1 up against Defiled, I believe.
Yeah, that's the plan. Bit of an interesting one, that game. Should be a close one.
It's essentially the winner of that game qualifies, goes through group stage, because it's only a group of 3 teams. And Molotovs and Marshmallows have already beat 27-1. Which would kind of suggest M&M are going to be top in that group. They would do coming into it. So essentially, whoever wins this game gets out of their group. So it's all that matters in this group stage.
Yeah, so not much riding on that one then.
No.
Excellent. So this has been Crossy, and Hoss is with us as well. And we are going to be back with you very soon for the next game, and we'll see what happens in that Group D. It will all get decided. So, yeah, no pressure.